Boom, watch fam.
What is up, watch fam? I am Christian, the curator of the Theo and Harris Watch Shop, and this is
Rolly.
And welcome back to Liquor Run. Today we're going to be doing a live question and answer. You guys submitted a couple of questions via Instagram. We chose some of our favorites, and we're going to do them. But before we do that, a quick wristwatch check. What are you wearing, Daddy?
I wear my Cartier step back case.
So nice.
Awesome with this beautiful Jean Rousseau strap.
Yep. We have a full collection of Jean Rousseau straps in the Theo and Harris Watch Shop. Shameless plug.
And you?
I am wearing incredible vintage Longines. Longines is a super cool brand. There's not a lot of pomp and circumstance about it today because they're more of a value, affordable kind of brand, which is great. But back when this watch was manufactured in the 1930s, really for the majority of the 20th century, Longines was like a manufacturer of really interesting, pretty expensive, high-end wristwatches, and this is a great example of that. So obviously, yellow gold case, really unique dial. You can see kind of really just how unique it is.
Very Gatsby.
Yeah, very Gatsby. So great. Let's. Oh, what are we drinking? And then we'll jump into the questions.
We're having a little vermouth and soda.
Yeah.
A splash of soda.
Right.
Very refreshing.
Taking us back to
Spain.
To España.
España.
Yep.
Salud.
So cheers. Great. So let's get into the first question. If there was just one watch to wear for the rest of your life, which one watch would that be?
That would be my 1815 Platinum.
Yeah. No, in your collection. Oh no. Oh. Okay. We'll do both.
Okay.
In your collection.
Oh, my collection. It would be the Rolex, the Pepsi.
Pepsi. It's got to be.
It is. Yeah.
Vacation.
Yep.
Looks good in a suit.
It's faded. That's the watch.
Everyone watching this channel either, one, owns a Rolex so they can say they've experienced this, or two, just gets that there is this incredible allure behind opening up that green box. But what did that feel like for the first time when you saw that green box?
It was amazing. And my heart raced.
Never replicate that.
Nope.
Yep. And while the Lange and so many other brands are incredible and in many ways better than Rolex, still Rolex has a way of just making you feel like
such a sentimental connection.
Yeah. So what you don't have would be the 1815.
It would be the 1815. Blue croc strap.
Oh yeah.
Boom.
For me, again, it's got to go right to that emotional. It's super sentimental. My blue Datejust 1601, 1977. That watch, without even trying to be dramatic, changed my life.
Yeah.
If I didn't have that watch, I wouldn't have fallen in love with watches as much as I did. I wouldn't have started Theo and Harris. I might be in law school. I might not be. I don't know. But to choose anything else, I feel would be, betraying my one and only, true love. So so that's it. All right. Question number 2.
Yeah.
What is your go-to beer?
My go-to
First of all, you're a wine guy. Number one.
Yeah. I mean, I drink wine whenever I can, and I look for wine. But if I'm really thirsty, and maybe we're having a sandwich on a Saturday afternoon, quite frankly, I like a very humble beer. I drink Pabst.
Yeah. You drink PBR, right?
PBR. It doesn't do well for you.
PBR, it reminds me of college.
Yeah.
I just get so bloated. I want to really fart. I could fart to the moon.
It's terrible.
It's in burp. No, to me, the Corona Familiar that you buy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Explain.
Can you explain that for just a second? The difference.
I think the difference is the Corona, the clear bottle Corona.
The yellow, everyone knows
right?
it.
It has more of I think like a citrusy flavor to it. There's something about it, almost like like a cactusy taste to it that I personally don't care for. Never have, never will. But the Familiar it tastes more like a Budweiser. So I don't know what that means. To me,
it has like more malt to it.
And malty, yeah, it is. It is a more rounded flavor. It's a brown bottle, and it's Corona Familiar. We drink that, yeah. So that would be the Spanish beer, and then I'll leave it there.
Red Stripe's good too.
Yeah, Red Stripe. But that we go to PBR. Or we go to
agreed.
Now, if I like PBR, does that make me like a hipster?
It makes you a hipster.
Oh, it
you
does.
need a little top hat now,
top hat,
and leggings.
Yeah. That's right, and leggings.
Your parents pay your rent, but you have a Groenfeld. What's the best wedding watch? What did you wear to your wedding?
I wore my Tiffany Atlas watch.
Super thin,
black
lizard strap.
Yep. I still have the watch today. In fact, we just got a new service, right? A new strap, and so that would be my real formal watch.
Yep.
Outside of that, it would be Cartier without question.
Yeah, I think that just for me, traditional kind of wedding. want something formal, want something small, probably something precious. It doesn't have to be, it could be steel as well. I just associate it with precious metal. Cartier is a great option. But there are great options, up and down, whether it's the new Cartier Tank Cintre for $20,000. It could be the Tank Solo, which is a, $2,000 watch, give or take. Or you can go all the way down. I mean, Seiko, makes, not Grand Seiko, but regular Seiko, has a really cool tank watch, and it's probably a couple $100. And I don't know, I just think that on that day, on the wedding day, it's, if ever, it's a time to be formal. Just my opinion. So for that, I go those routes. I wouldn't go with like a sub. It's not for me. Which Godfather movie?
Oof, wow. Well, definitely not 3.
Yeah. You mean George Hamilton?
Yeah.
As the consigliere. Wasn't for you.
Yeah. I think 2 for me.
Yeah.
It is such a layered movie, and that interplay between the present and the past, and how Michael really begins to contemplate. He becomes even colder.
He becomes the villain in his own story.
Yeah, and he sees the destruction that he's causing. Right. 2.
Yeah. So I also agree with 2, and I'll go a little bit further. I think that ending scene in part 2, when he's sitting there in Nevada and thinking about the day that he went to enlisted in the army, which I believe it was December 7th. That was Pearl Harbor, and Sonny has some remarks about the bombs on Pearl Harbor, and they're all waiting for Vito to come home because it was his birthday as well, and everyone's kind of waiting around, and Sonny says something like. They're saps because they go enlist a lot of people they don't know. And he goes, well, I don't feel that way. And he goes, well, if you don't feel that way, you go join the army. I did. And Fredo was the only one that stood up for him.
Yeah.
And he said, oh my God, in this room, first of all, everyone's dead, basically. And number 2, the only guy that stood up for me was the one that I just, killed because he was soft.
Yeah.
It's horrible. I mean, that ending scene just makes you want to cry. It's just a great scene. It's like, sorry if you guys haven't seen it. I'm actually getting super hot and emotional on that. It's a really good scene. Okay, so what is a good vintage watch for an 18-year-old under $2,000? First of all, 18 years old, if you're buying a vintage watch, that's phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Really terrific.
Yeah.
So where would you go under 2K? Because there's some room.
I mean, and I'm going to base my answer from just watching what you've sold over the years, and I think it's Omega, and I think even Longines. I had Longines when I was growing up. I always loved the brand, so I think those are the two watch brands that one can definitely, if you got that bug, that's a perfect place to start.
Yeah, it's a great place to start. I mean, you can definitely you can go on eBay and look for like $300 vintage watches. They're out there. It's a disaster. It's how I started getting into watches. They're looking at those super cheap, pieces and thinking I could fix them up. Ultimately, there's no substitute for quality. Omega, Longines. You can even go to vintage Tissot when Tissot had a partnership with Omega. Great watches, but stay away from like that kind of crappy, really old and beat up stuff. They're not serviceable because there's no replacement parts for these watches, so it's kind of tough. You don't have to go for the full 2K, that's for sure. You could probably stay under $1,500 and get yourself a really, really good, Omega or Longines. But definitely spring for those types of brands because they legitimately will last you forever. Yeah. Okay, final question.
Okay.
What is your favorite place to go on vacation? What's your vacation destination?
That's really hard. It's a tough question. I'm going to tell you just. Really, Spain is my place. I feel so at home when I'm there.
But you've done Barcelona.
But
I've
been
Madrid,
to been
San Sebastian.
Absolutely, been to lots of places in Spain. I think I love Madrid, but I think San Sebastian is one of the most beautiful places. And if you like food, there's probably no better place in the Western Hemisphere to eat. Pinchos.
Yeah. We're going to San Sebastian this summer.
That's right.
So if any of you Spanish geeks out there want to we know where we have to go again? We need to go to Lizeaga, the cider house.
Yeah.
Yeah, San Sebastian. That's an amazing place. I definitely, Spain, I've always said this, Spain is always the country, specifically Madrid, where, I don't know, it's very profound, the feeling when you're there. Obviously, I love going to Italy. I love Rome so much. I've had so many incredible food experiences in Rome. But yeah, just basically, ultimately, humble. right? I like to be in more humble places. I don't really like those fancy vacations. They don't really do it for me. And forget the fact that they're overpriced, but it feels like soulless, you know?
Yes.
I like to be in really old places with really old people that have been doing the same things for a real long time, and preferably in the fall because it's not so hot, you know? Traveling when I was a kid, obviously super lucky, but it was so fucking hot all the time, you know? But yeah, being able to travel to Madrid or any old city in those two countries basically is just like magic, you know? So if you guys want any recommendations for Rome or for Madrid, please shoot me an email at info@theoandharris.com. I will put together like a list of like maybe 5 or 8 places that I recommend in both cities, because between the two of us, we definitely know where to eat in those 2 places.
That's right.
So I think that would be fun. That'd be fun. We can maybe list some down below. We'll actually list them in the description of the video. That's super easy.
Yeah.
All right, Daddy, that was fun. Q&A, right?
I love it.
Thank you so much for
Do it
coming
again.
on. Absolutely. Guys, thank you all so much for watching. If you like watches, go ahead and subscribe to our channel at Theo and Harris. And if you like this video, give Rolly a like. See you guys soon.